So we started talking about proportional graphs in the last one, and in particular we worked with this graph here in our first example, and we talked about it being discrete and not continuous because you can't have half a video game, or you're not going to be able to purchase half a video game. But I wanted to talk about what makes a graph proportional, or not just a graph, but what makes a function a proportional function as opposed to any other function. And what it comes down to are these two things. It has to start, so the first one is that it starts always at 0, 0. So for it to be a proportional relationship, it has to start at 0, 0. And then the second thing is that it has a constant of proportionality. Or, as we've already talked about, slope, a constant rate of change. So those are the two things that you need. So like I said, when we were doing the frequent shopper rewards, we needed to put 0, 0, because if I buy 0 games, then I get 0 points. And then from there, we went up 4 and over 1 between each of our points. And so that's our constant of proportionality. But those are the two things that a graph or a proportional function would have. The fact that they start at 0, 0, and you can see that in a table as well, right? And that we have a constant of proportionality, or that constant rate of change that we call slope. All right, so we're going to start with our next one. A salesperson earns 10% commission on sales of the energy efficient appliances. Draw a graph to model the situation. So let's start with the draw the graph, and then we'll start answering, is the amount of commission proportional to the amount of sales, and continue on. So we're talking about commission, right? So commission earned. All right, and so X is going to be our dollars sold, right? Amount sold. And then our Y is our commission earned. Now, let's first take a little bit of a break and let's talk about what commission is. A commission is what most car dealerships, like the people who sell you cars, Nebraska Furniture Mart, the people on the sales floor going around trying to convince you which oven to buy, or which washing machine, or what couch, or whatever it is you're in Nebraska Furniture Mart to go buy, they're earning a commission, which means based on the amount you spend, they earn so much of it. That's also happens in the real estate. Depending on how much the house sells for, if you have a real estate agent selling your house, or how much you bought the house for, that determines how much your real estate agent will get. And so that's what a commission is how much off the top. You may hear it talking about with agents, right, for sports teams, or for basketball players, football players. Their agents earn a commission based off of what the player earns. So that's just a little insight on what commission is. So a salesperson is earning 10% commission on sales of energy efficient appliances. So I like to start off with tables. And we're going to have our X and our Y. X, as we already said, is going to be our amount that it costs, like the appliance cost, and Y is going to be the amount of commission earned. So we're going to start, if the salesperson sells $0 worth of anything, they're going to earn $0. right? So we have 0, 0. And then appliances are, we're not going to go with 1 or 2, right? That doesn't make sense. We're not selling a microwave for $1. So we're going to just start with 100. So if he sells, or she sells $100 worth of appliances, then he or she is going to earn $10. If they sell $200 worth of appliances, they're going to earn $20. They sell $300 worth of appliances, they're going to earn $30. Now, I understand the decimal move, but basically I'm changing my 10% to 0.1, and I'm taking it times my x value. So I'm using the equation. You guys are going to be asked to write these equations, but this is how Mrs. Cartwright is figuring it out so quickly. Is that I've changed the 10% by moving the decimal 2 places to the right, or to the left, and that's what gave me the 0.1. And then I take each of these x values and I plug it in. So I did 0.1 times 100, and that's what gave me 10. 0.1 times 200 gave me 20. And again, if I do 400, then I'm going to get 40. Y equals 40. So what that tells me is it makes sense for my y's to go up by 10, right? 10, 20, 30, 40, and so on. And my x values to go by 100. 100, 200. I'm going to have to start writing these more vertically than I was before. 500, 600, right? And so from there, I'm just going to take, these are points. 0, 0, 100, 10, 220, and I'm going to write those points. So 0, 0 starts here in the origin, and then I'm going to go 110, and I wish that that would stop just showing up. 220, 330, 440, 550, and then because it's going to change the same, right? If I go over, right 100, I'm going to go up 10 because my constant proportionality changes. Now, here's the thing. Now, on the first one we did was discrete, meaning we couldn't buy half a game, but I could sell something for $150, right? And so what that means is this is a continuous graph, and so we're going to draw a line and signify that this graph continues in this way all the way. And what that also means is in between here, if I do sell something for $50, I would know how much I earn. Right? If I sold something for $575, I could figure out how much it was because we can sell stuff for that amount. So that is our second example on graphing proportionality. It does ask, is the amount of commission proportional to the amount of sales, and how do we know? And if we use those two things we talked about at the beginning of the video, it has to start at 0, 0, and it has to grow the same amount each time, right? Constant rate of change. Then the answer to that is yes, it is proportional. And again, it's because we start at 0, 0, right? Start at 0, 0, and have a constant rate of change. Or a constant of proportionality is what Math Excel is going to say. So, and a constant of proportionality. All right, so again, this was continuous just because we can sell for any dollar amount in between what we chose as our X values. So in the next video, we'll talk about when we're not graphing in the first quadrant.